It's been said that access to a quality education is a right, not a privilege. But for millions of American children, particularly those in low-income families, the quality of their education is substandard, jeopardizing the next generation of our country's leaders. Research shows that being denied access to higher-performing schools has a significant impact on this already disadvantaged population of kids, putting them at an even greater risk of slipping through the cracks.
In my very strong opinion, based on my experience, is that if a child is in a school that's a good fit for them, whether it be a school or maybe even a home where they bring school to the child over the internet, whatever the correct learning environment is, that's where that child needs to be to ensure their success.
Research shows that children excel when their parents are given a role in choosing their learning environment. But historically, children from low-income families have not been given the choice to get out of low-performing schools and into high-quality schools. Organizations like the American Federation for Children are working to improve our K-12 education system through expanding educational options, specifically via school vouchers and scholarship tax credits, allowing parents to choose the school that's right for their child.
Beyond just the public school choice options, parents have access to options of quality educational opportunities for their children that encompasses charter schools, home schools, virtual schools, magnet schools, and private school choice options. For instance, in the private school choice area, we have 210,000 kids in programs in 13 states in the District of Columbia. Similarly, we have over 1 million kids in charter schools. Parents are utilizing their power to make sure they pick the best option that works for their child.
We were much excited about the program for us to be able to qualify to send our children to private school. Given us this privilege, it takes us the stress and pressure off of us to choose a school which will make us free or stress-free.
I like coming to school here because anybody that you see around, you know who they are, and because when the teacher is talking or giving instruction about something, you can really hear what she's saying and understand it. And if you need help with something, she'll be there to help you, and she can spend time with you to help you with what it is that you need help with. I won like 4 or 5 spelling bee awards, and it took a lot of practice, like 3 months of studying, like each day when I get home and memorizing the words. Usually I spend about 2 to 3 hours on my homework every night. It will give me the knowledge that I need for the things that I want to become later in life. I know I'm going to finish college, so yeah.
I am so proud of Theo. He's a child that you don't need to push. He knows what he has to do. He's somebody that every parent would love to have a child like him.
Studies show that outcomes like Theo's are typical for students whose families have had access to educational options.
There has been more growth in parental choice laws in the last 5 years than we saw in the previous 20. And the effect on the overall K-12 reform movement is profound because the legislators that AFC helps to elect, if they're going to vote for a law that empowers a low-income parent to choose a private school, they're definitely going to vote for other K-12 reform laws, for example, tenure reform, online education, charter schools, anything in the K-12 arena. If they vote for what AFC is for, they'll vote for the other things as well.
The results speak for themselves. Support for school choice is coming from both sides of the aisle in state legislatures all across the country, as party politics takes a back seat to what's really important, serving the best interests of kids and their families.
Legislators recognize that their constituents are demanding change, and they look at not just fixing the public school district in their particular jurisdiction, but they also say, how can we embrace innovation and creativity in a way that gives parents some needed relief today? That's why these options are growing.
Education advocates are fed up with the status quo, which is no longer acceptable for America's children. If recent history is any guide, this momentum will continue to grow, giving all kids the options they deserve.
The mission of AFC is to empower every low-income and middle-class family to be able to choose the right learning environment for their child, simply put.
Working tirelessly to ensure that children from low-income families and children with special needs can attend the school of their parents' choice, the American Federation for Children and their affiliated organization, the Alliance for School Choice, is changing the educational outcomes of millions of kids across the country for the better. They're able to stay focused on the cause by investing in states with the greatest potential for enacting and expanding high-quality, accountable school choice programs, collaborating with national and state allies to create systematic and sustainable education reform. As a result, school choice has grown year after year, with 2011 being the most successful year to date.
Not only did many states lift the caps on charter schools, but they also expanded statewide voucher programs in places like Louisiana and Indiana. In those states, thousands of low-income children can gain access to a private school education that they otherwise wouldn't have. This is what parents are looking for, and this is what legislators are responding to around the country.
AFC has been very successful in electing legislators that support parental choice and enacting laws to empower parents and implementing those laws. We've done it in several states, and we have several more states to go. We won't rest until every low-income parent and middle-class parent in this country has the power to choose the best learning environment for their children.
The correlation between a strong educational foundation and a child's success in life is unmistakable. Making access to high-quality schools for all children an important goal is paramount to the future of our country. Without it, kids like Theo would not have the chance to thrive and flourish in academic settings like this one.
We do really appreciate what they are doing for parents or a family like us to be able to send our children to private school. And also we hope that these sponsors will have the strength to be there to continue this program for everybody.
Putting educational needs of America's children above all else, that's what's at the heart of school choice. That's what's at the heart of the American Federation for Children. To learn more about school choice programs in your area, or to help our education reform efforts, visit us online at federationforchildren.org.